We are live and Jim's just walking in. We're going to scooch over here. We're just in between clients. We met with a great prospect today who he's growing a business and just shared a bunch of things he didn't know. So we are a little bit late getting started because we tend to give as much as we can.
We do. The conversation's over when it's over.
It's true.
Yeah.
So we wanted to hop on here quickly and share a little bit about the Built to Sell workshop that's happening next week. So that is a week from today. It starts almost right at this time, so 12:30 to 4 o'clock on May 16th. Built to Sell is a fabulous place to empower yourself to think about how do you want to build your business. And often people don't stop and ask themselves that question once they've been in business for a little while. They start at the very beginning, and then you get all this experience, all these clients that you've been working with, and a few years into your business, it's actually time to ask yourself again, what am I building? Am I just building an income? It seems like the business has grown bigger than that. What should I do next?
Yeah, the reward of building a business that you can sell, and the way we talk about that is we say you're trying to build an asset, and an asset that is larger than yourself. So two things. One, it involves more than you. And the second thing is that you, by the time you're exiting the business, selling the business, you've removed yourself from operations. So the business runs without you. That starting into a business or quite early in your business life, having that in mind. So starting with the end in mind, thinking, and plans change, but if you start and you go, okay, I'm going to do this for 20 years. At the end of 20 years, I would like to build something that looks like this. What is that worth? There are actually ways you can kind of guess where that's going to end up. And then you go, if it's going to be worth, if I need it or want it to be worth this, what does that business look like at that point? How did I capture my client data? What did I do about protecting my know-how and my intellectual property? How did I define myself versus my competition? Like all that long-term kind of intentional ways of building out your business as it grows. The earlier you think about that, the more likely you are to hit that exit value that you might have in your head even now. And if you don't have a number in your head yet, it's probably worth sitting down and thinking about that. So it's not, Built to Sell is not a separate thing from running the business. It's actually integral to the thought process of building the business that you want.
Now, building a business is a very creative process. It already came from something that was just inside your head. Staying in that creative mode to think about what does that future business look like, and respecting the business you're building even more than the business you're in today. That helps get you out of that status quo bias, helps you get rid of some of the false limits that you think are happening in your business, and also helps you make decisions like the business owner you will be in 5 or 10 years instead of where you're at now. There's some really good future self work that you can do so that you stop sabotaging your future self. And the way to do that is to actually know where you're going, right? If you're just still in that mode of, oh, let's see what happens, let's test this, test out the marketplace, you're still kind of at the whim of your customers. You're at the whim of who comes through the door. When you begin thinking about your business as something that is separate than you, it allows you to be more objective. It allows you to think about who would want to buy this business. And if your answer is like, no one, not even me, I just wish I wasn't in this business anymore. When you go through our workshop, what you'll discover is there are things that make a business attractive. Attractive to someone who wants to buy the business and be involved in it. And sometimes attractive to someone who wants to buy the business and have other people be put in place. The things that are stressful in a business, the things that can hijack your business, those are fixable and need to be fixed so that your business stops consuming you as well. Right? A business that is built to sell is actually one you would buy yourself if you could start all over again. It's more valuable because it's more systemized. It's running like clockwork. You know how to build a team that is engaged. It's producing profit, and you have fewer and fewer fires to put out. The owner of the business not having to be involved in the day to day operations, and ideally not the day to day management either. That's a much more sellable business, too. So when we are in the workshop, we have a few things that we're going to share. We're
Mhm.
going to talk about what does make a business valuable, and there are very specific things. Uh, if you wanted to share a couple of those items of what is that three-legged stool of value that we're going to elaborate on next week.
Right. So the biggest thing that the buyer is buying is your future cash flow, which kind of surprised people. So the the potential for your future cash flow is a function of essentially the brand that you've built. So you want to build a very strong brand. So that's one leg of the stool is the cash flow. A second piece of the stool is your know-how. So you have a way of doing business, and the more differentiated that is, the more unique that makes you in the marketplace, the more thought process you've given it, the harder it is to reverse engineer it for a competitor. So your know-how, whether or not it's patented, your know-how has a tremendous value to a buyer. So you've got that, and then the third piece is your data. And we're all familiar with how valuable data is. It's kind of what drives the world right now. There are a number of opportunities for you to collect very robust data on your business and its operations, your business and its finances, and frankly, your clients that are going to be really important to a buyer. So the three legs are the cash flow, the know-how, and the data. And we talk about that in the sessions coming up next Thursday.
And then from that valuable place, being able to sell really is about being not as necessary to the business. Because if you sell your business and all that know how and data is in your head, if you are still deep in operations, then you are actually selling yourself too. You need to go with the business for it to keep that value. And most people, when they imagine selling their business, they think, I will be done, that I will get a check, that'll be the end of it. And even in most cases, that's not going to be true. You want that business to live beyond what you've put in place. There's a transition period that you'll be involved in that business. So we'll talk about some of how do you make that transition period shorter, less onerous, and something that is absolutely acceptable to you. And we'll also look at some of the times you might want to sell your business. What stage do you want to take it to before you sell it? And who might you want to sell it to?
Mhm.
Perhaps it's your children or your employees. This is still such a valid thing for you to do because passing that business on to someone you care about, whose future you care about, they want a valuable business that can continue that value without you as well.
Yeah, the three big groups of buyers, you could attract a strategic buyer because you fit somebody else's business model, usually a larger company, really, really well. You fill a hole in their processes or product lines. You can get financial buyers who are really just looking for return on investment. They're literally just buying your cash flow. And then you can get operational buyers who want to come in and run the business the way differently than you, but the way you run your business. And that might include people like employees or your children. So there are different kinds of buyers. They have different kinds of ideas in their heads, and they're looking for different things out of your business. And understanding that there are different kinds of buyers will help you craft your business or think about your business in a way that might appeal to two or more of those categories.
What's interesting is you end up looking at what's your 1 inch of excellence when you're thinking about your business this way. What is my niche? What is that core problem I solve that other businesses aren't solving yet? Right? That also helps you think about that matchmaking. I think the strongest thing that you're going to get as well from our Built to Sell workshop is the fact that there's a team. Even if you look at the idea of selling your business and you think, I've never bought a business, I've never sold a business, I can't imagine having the know how or the wherewithal to do that. Excellent. That's not how businesses are bought and sold. They are bought and sold with a team of people helping you build a business plan, showing that you can work to that business plan, understanding what the value is, helping you build to that higher value. A business broker, right? There's a full team of people that will share with you that make a difference when you are thinking about that. It's not something you need to know how to do yourself to be absolutely capable of selling the business that you are running right now.
I think that covers it for next Thursday. We hope you join us Thursday, May 16th here at Office Inc. And do sign up. There will be a link. There are links out there, but there will be a link provided for you to sign up, and we look forward to seeing you there. You'll get a ton of great information from this.
Absolutely. If you have questions outside of this, reach out, message us, come to our website, drop us an email. We're always happy to answer questions, as you could gather by how late we were when we arrived today. We want to make sure that small business owners are empowered. We want you to know what you need to do to build a business that truly loves you back and pays off for you and your family now, as well as in retirement and legacy. So we hope that you will register. I'm Cher Cunningham. I'm your coach.
I'm Jim Pillow. I'm your consultant.
We didn't even jump into that first intro. So it was great that you joined us today. Look forward to seeing you again.